Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we'll be doing a 20-minute muscle tone-up flow. Self-explanatory, this workout is going to be centered around muscle engagement, and from that, hopefully we'll improve on our muscle tone, which we all kind of want. Before we get started, make sure that you're subscribing to my channel and that you turn on your notifications. And when you're ready, get into your workout clothes, get your mat out, and we'll get started. So we're gonna get started in a tabletop position. So make sure that your shoulders are in line with your wrists and that you're spreading your fingers wide with the strong grip on the mat. This is going to help us alleviate some of that stress off of our wrists. So we're gonna get started with a couple of cat-cows and we'll warm up our core afterwards. So on your inhale, we're gonna drop the belly, squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift your tailbone up, maybe gaze forward. Exhale, you're gonna push the floor away, rounding the upper back and really engage your core. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale, drop the belly, squeeze the shoulder blades, look forward. Exhale, push the floor away and round your upper back. 1 more time. Inhale, drop your belly, squeeze your shoulder blades, look forward. Exhale, round the upper back and push the floor away. And we're gonna come back to a neutral spine. So we're not arching and we're not rounding. So we're finding that middle place where it's neutral. So we're gonna start by extending that right leg back. Pushing through the heel, we're gonna warm up those hamstrings. So let's hold this for 3 breaths. 2. And 1. And we're gonna lift that right leg off of the mat, but keep it leveled with your hip. And we're still keeping that flex in the foot, so we're still pushing through the right heel. And once you find your stability, we're gonna take that left arm and we'll reach it up off the mat. Turn that left palm inwards. And we're gonna hold this bird dog for 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. We're gonna set up for the other side. So come on to the left side, extending the left leg back. Pushing through the left heel, we'll hold this for 3, for 2, and for 1, and take that leg off the mat. Keep it leveled with your hip, that's key. And kind of activate your core as well. That's the whole point of this pose. And we're gonna lift that right arm off the mat and turn the right palm in. And hold. 2. And 1. Set it back down. We're gonna do this 1 more time. Extend the right leg back and lift that right leg off the mat. We'll get straight into it. Push through your right heel and lift that left arm up and turn that left palm in. This time we're gonna add a little bit of a core activation. So we're gonna exhale and bring that leg towards the left elbow and kind of curl in. So inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, we're gonna round and try to bring that left elbow in towards the right knee. Extend it back and we'll set it down. And we're gonna do that on the left side. So extending the left leg back, you lift it off the mat and bring your right arm up, turn that right palm in. And same thing, we're gonna inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, curl it in, round through the upper back and hold for 2 and 1, and we'll set it down. And we're gonna do this again. This time we're gonna make it a little bit more fluid, so we'll go straight into that bird dog. And we're gonna do this 3 times. So we'll exhale and round and curl in so that our elbow touches our right knee. And extend it back, and 1 more time, curl in. Exhale. Inhale, lengthening back out, and exhale 1 last time, squeeze and make it count. And exhale, set it back down, and we'll do the other side. So coming straight into your bird dog, And we're gonna inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, curl it in once. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl it in twice. And inhale, bring it back out. And exhale one last time. Make it count, really squeeze and hold for 3, 2, and 1. And we'll set it down. So coming onto the balls of the feet, we're gonna lift the tailbone up towards the sky and come into our first downward dog. So in case you haven't heard me say this already, in your downward dog, you can always bend through your knee, but I want you to focus on shooting your tailbone up towards the ceiling and trying your best to bring your belly towards your thighs. And over time, we'll be able to straighten more through the knees. So focus on shooting your tailbone up towards the sky first. And we'll hold this for 3, 2, and 1. And we're gonna step forward to the front of the mat and come to our first forward fold. So in our first forward fold, we're gonna bend through the knees a lot. The point is to bring your belly in towards your thighs as much as you can, and then once you're in the pose, you can start to straighten through your knees a little bit more. For another 2, and 1. We'll slowly stack the spine and come up all the way into our standing pose. From standing, we'll lift our arms up, palms still facing each other. Exhale and come back to that forward fold. We'll inhale, lengthen through the spine, hands on the shins, and keep our spine flat and long, and straighten through the knees into our halfway lift. Exhale back and plant the hands, step back into your high plank. Keep it strong. We're gonna come all the way down onto the belly. Inhale and squeeze your shoulder blades in towards each other. Lift through your chest. Tighten at your core. And we'll breathe for 3, 2, and 1. And we'll come back onto downward facing dog. So in this second down dog, you can try to maintain that lift through the tailbone as you straighten through your knees a little bit more. Make sure you're digging your pinky into the mat as well. And we'll hold this for 3, 2, and 1. Bending a lot through the knees, we're gonna step or hop back to the front of the mat. Come back to that halfway lift, flat back. Engage your core still. Exhale, come back to forward fold. Try to bring your belly in towards your thighs as much as you can, and we'll inhale, stack the spine and come up all the way to standing. Lift through the arms and hands back at heart center. And that was 1 round. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, lift your arms up, palms facing each other. Exhale, come back to that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, planting the hands, we're gonna step back into our high plank. Exhale, come on all the way down onto the belly. Inhale, lift your chest up, squeeze your shoulder blades in, and exhale, downward dog. Holding your downward dog for another 5 breaths here. And 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna bend a lot through the knees, step or hop back to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, back into your forward fold, and inhale, we'll come up all the way. Lift through your arms, palms facing each other. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, hands at the heart center, and hands by the sides, mountain pose. And we'll just breathe for 1, 2, and 3. Inhale, and sink the hips back into our first chair pose. So we'll sink the hips back as we lift the hands up. Keep it strong, keep your muscles engaged. Keep your weight equally distributed at your feet. And exhale, we'll come back to forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands. We're gonna step back into high plank once again. Exhale, come on all the way down onto the belly. Inhale, squeeze through your shoulder blades. This time, straighten through the elbows and lift your thighs off the mat. Exhale, we'll come back to that downward dog. This time, we're not gonna stay for too long. We're gonna inhale, lift that right leg up and back. Exhale, we're gonna curl that right knee in and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Kick it back into your 3-legged dog. And we're gonna exhale and bring that right knee towards the outside of the right elbow. And we're gonna hold for 3, 2, and 1. And we'll kick it back into that 3-legged dog. And exhale, curl that right knee in and bring it towards the left elbow. And we'll hold it, keep it strong, keep it high for 3, 2, and 1. And let's kick it back into your 3-legged dog. And this time we're gonna curl that right knee in and land in our first runner's lunge. From runner's lunge, we're actually gonna bring that back heel down towards the mat. And we're gonna turn those back toes to a 45-degree angle and lift our arms up. And this is our first warrior 1. Keep your front knee strong. Don't let it collapse in. Don't let it flare out. Keep it pointing forward. Push your right hip back. Breathing for 3, for 2, and for 1. Come back down onto your runner's lunge, and we're gonna push back into that 3-legged dog and set the leg back down. This time we're switching sides, so we're taking that left leg up and back on the inhale. Exhale, we're gonna curl that left knee in towards the chest and hold it for 3, for 2, keep it strong, and for 1, we'll kick back into 3-legged dog. And on the exhale, you kind of know what's going on. Exhale, we're gonna bring that left knee towards the outside of the left elbow and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Kick back into your 3-legged dog. And exhale, we're gonna bring that left knee towards the right elbow this time and keep it strong for 3, for 2, and for 1, and we'll kick it back to 3-legged dog and take a step forward into our runner's lunge. Same thing, set that right heel down this time, and we're gonna open those right toes to a 45-degree angle, and we'll bring our hands up, lift your arms, keep that front knee strong, feel the outer edge of that right foot firm on the mat, and we'll hold this for 3, for 2, and for 1. Exhale, come on back down onto your runner's lunge. We're gonna push back into high plank. Come on all the way down onto your belly. Now you have a choice between keeping your elbows bent, keeping your thighs on the floor for cobra, or straightening through your elbows and have those thighs get off the mat. But keep your shoulders away from your ears. Keep your core engaged and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale and come back to downward dog. And we're gonna stay in this downward dog for 5, 4, digging your pinky into the mat as well, and 3, shoot your tailbone up towards the ceiling first, and then try to straighten through the knees. 2, and 1. We're gonna step forward to the front of the mat, come back to that halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, come back to your forward fold. And inhale, we'll lift the arms up and sink the hip back into your chair pose. And exhale, come back up to standing, taking one breath to reconnect. Make sure in your standing pose that you have an equal weight at the feet. That's really important. And have your shoulders away from your ears, palms facing forward. Breathing for 1, 2, and 3. Take the left foot. We'll take a step back, a big step back towards the back of the mat. Bending through the right knee, we'll open our arms towards a warrior 2. So in your warrior 2, make sure you're actively pushing that right hip back as you turn just your torso towards the side to open up. And you're squeezing your shoulder blades in very slightly. And it's as if there's 2 people pulling you in different directions. And we're gonna gaze forward to the right side for 1, 2, and 3. Lean forward just with the torso. We're gonna set that right arm down onto the right thigh. Swing that left arm up into a nice side angle. Feeling your left side open, stretch, and maybe gaze up towards the ceiling for 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up to your warrior 2. Exhale and bring that left hand down along the left thigh and open up through the right side, giving ourselves a nice stretch, but we're keeping everything else strong. So keep that front knee strong, pointing forward for another 3, 2, and 1. We'll windmill the hands back into runner's lunge. Come on back to your forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, come back to your forward fold. Inhale, coming back up all the way. Lift your arms up. Remember to keep your shoulders away from your ears. And exhale, back into your mountain pose. This time we're taking the right leg and taking a huge step back. So same thing, we're opening the right toes towards the long edge of the mat. Open your arms to a T shape, and we're just opening the torso to the side. It's almost like a little twist in warrior 2. You're actively pushing your left hip back, and we're gazing to the left fingertips, and maybe you can bend deeper, but make sure you're pushing that left hip back as you bend deeper. And you feel your outer edge of your right foot firm on the mat as well, and you're breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lengthen through the spine some more. Exhale, lean forward and land that left forearm onto the inner left thigh. Inhale, swing your arm up into side angle. And keep it strong, open through your chest. Maybe gaze up for 3, for 2, and for 1. Inhale, come back to your warrior 2. And we're gonna exhale and place that right hand down along the outside of that right thigh. And inhale, come up to reverse warrior for 3, 2, and 1. Windmill the hands back onto the mat. Keep everything strong and controlled. Come back to your runner's lunge, and we'll meet both feet back to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, come back to your forward fold. Inhale, come up all the way. Lift your arms, come back to standing. Exhale, hands at the heart center, and then down by the sides. Let's just take 1 breath. Inhale deeply. And exhale through the nose. We're gonna open those toes towards the 2 corners of your mat, and we're gonna sink the hips down into a yogi squat. So in yogi squat, you want your spine to be lengthened. You wanna keep pushing your elbows with your thighs and push your elbows into your thighs. So there's a bit of a resisting motion going on, and this is gonna help us engage our muscles some more. Keep the pose strong, keep your spine long. Breathing for 3, 2, and 1, and we'll sit down all the way onto the mat to a seated position. Extend the legs, push through the heels, flex through the feet so that our toes are pointing up. Place the hands by your sides, and we're still keeping that shoulder away from the ears. Lengthen through the spine, lift through your chest, chin towards the chest, and we're breathing for 3, 2, squeeze your shoulder blades in just a little bit, and 1, and exhale, we'll let it go, release. We're bending through the knees and we're doing our beloved boat pose. Feet on the mat for the first one. Lean back and hands by the sides, or hands could grab the back of your knees. And you have 2 options here, obviously. So set it up, lean back, keep everything strong, use your core. And when I say use your core, I mean to tighten up your core as if you're about to take a punch in your stomach. So take your hands by the sides and lean back. And hold this boat pose for 3, for 2, and for 1, and we'll come back to center. And for the next variation, lift those legs off the mat. Hold the back of our knees, or hands could get off of the knees and come to the side, so your choice. Lean back, keep everything strong, keep everything controlled. Try to use that power from your core. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll come back to center, and we'll do this one more time, and we're gonna hold it for 8 counts this time. So the third option is to have your legs straight and hands by the sides, or you can stay where you were, keep your knees bent, hold the back of your knees, and keep your spine long, or you can also place the feet onto the mat as well. So pick your option. We'll get ready, get set up. I'm going to challenge the straight leg variation. Hands by the sides, and we're gonna hold this for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll come to a half boat pose first, and then come slowly all the way down onto the back. Stay bent through the knees, and bring the soles of our feet facing the ceiling to grab the outer edges of our feet, and come to a happy baby pose. So in your happy baby pose, you want to actively place your low back onto the mat as well as you try to bring the soles towards the floor. And hold it for 3, for 2, and for 1. And we'll let it go. Take a short break. Place the right ankle on top of the left thigh into kind of like a half figure 4. We're gonna come to a hover at the left leg and interlace the fingers behind the left thigh. I want you to keep this an active variation, so you wanna kick into the left thigh with your right ankle. You wanna push into it and keep a flex through your right foot, so you're pushing through the right heel. And you're gonna bring that left thigh towards your chest as you push it away with your right ankle. Try to keep it as active as we can, and keep that low back on the mat as well, and hold it for 3, for 2, and for 1. And we'll set it down and switch sides. So left ankle on the right thigh this time, and keep a flex through the left foot. So pushing through the left heel. We're gonna take that right thigh and come to a hover with the right leg, and we'll bring it towards our chest as we push it away with our left ankle. And feel that left hip stretch for 3, for 2, and for 1. And we'll set it down, extending the legs into our Shavasana. Placing the hands by the sides, palms opening towards the ceiling, closing the eyes and just breathe. It can be deep, it can be shallow. And we'll slowly come back to our bodies, wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingers, maybe making some circles at the ankles, at the wrists. Roll on to one side before making our way up. So take a moment into your, whichever side that you're on, make a fetal position and slowly come on up to seating. Seated. So crossing at the legs. Closing the eyes, thanking ourselves for doing this practice. Feeling all that energy inside. And thank you for practicing with me. So if you like this video, make sure you give my video a thumbs up. Make sure you leave me a comment and let me know if you like it. And make sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on your notifications. Check me out on Instagram, check me out on my website. I'm also on Clubhouse and all that social media thing. So connect with me. If you have questions, also reach out to me, and thank you for watching. Bye.